Hope you're doing super well today. All right, so this is part 2, all about PPC. I'm doing a mini series right here on my YouTube channel where I go over Amazon PPC in depth. What types of campaigns do you need for a product launch in order to get sales, to start rankings, to start getting reviews? There's 3 main types of PPC campaigns: automatic campaigns, manual keyword targeting campaigns, and manual product targeting or ASIN targeting campaigns. If you haven't checked out video or part 1, that's where I go over automatic campaigns, a full tutorial on auto campaigns. Those are the first types of campaigns you're going to want to set up. So make sure to check out that video. I'll link it up above with a link or down below. In this video, it's going to be part 2, all about manual keyword targeting campaigns. There's 3 different types of keywords. What types of campaigns or keywords do you put in each? I've got you covered in today's video. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back to those of you my subscribers. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller, mentor, and business coach. Right here on my YouTube channel, I release weekly videos covering everything Amazon, e-commerce, and personal development. If you enjoy that type of content, do me a favor right now. Give me a like or thumbs up on this video and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I can see each and every one of you who take just a minute to press subscribe, and I appreciate each of you. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing and documenting my journey of how I went from a struggling broke drug addict 7.5 years ago now to being able to build and own multiple 6-figure online businesses. Let's jump into the video. All right, guys, well, welcome inside the lesson. So what we're going to be going over in this lesson, part 2, is all about setting up your manual keyword targeting campaigns. Now, I first want to start out with a couple tips with setting up manual campaigns. But first, let me answer the question: when do you set up your PPC campaigns? I went over in part 1, setting up your auto campaigns. You can set up those, 2 to 6 auto campaigns from day 1. Those can go with no reviews, just getting started, so we can start building sales, reviews, and getting ranked and collecting data. With your manual campaigns, guys, it really does depend on, which category you're in as far as competition. So here, guys, you can see in part 1, I broke it down with, as far as competition, which category is your product in? This is going to be important to figure out whether you're in a low competition category, a medium competition, or a high competition, because your campaigns, settings, and keywords you're targeting, the bids you set, your bidding strategy and daily budgets, it's all going to be different based off your product category and the competition. Now, most of you guys out there watching this video, your products are probably going to be under the medium competition range. And so I do want to just cover that. I'll go over the medium competition range. But guys, if you're like me, launching products where I'm seller number 1 through number 20 with the product first ever on Amazon, those are mostly low competition products. So I don't have a ton of other competitors to set up a ton of PPC or have to spend a lot on PPC. But majority of you watching this video, and for a lot of new sellers, it's going to be right here in the middle, medium, your product's going to fall under. So let me go over that. And then I did go over in part 1, how do you figure out what are you in, low, medium, or high? Well, that's going to depend on the total number of other sellers in the niche. Open up a few of your main keywords. Look in the top left up here. What's the total results? If most of the main keywords have over 3,000 total results, that's going to be already medium to high. First page and product results. How many sellers are selling your exact same product? Is there 4 pages? Is there only 1 page? Is there 7 pages or more of the same product? And what are their review counts of the sellers on page 1? Do several have under 300 reviews? The keywords that you're going after. This is going to play a big role in determining how much you have to spend on PPC. The keywords you're bidding on and how many other sellers out there are going after those keywords too. And then including those keywords in the right spot in your listing. And then keyword data. You can look inside Cerebro. I'll show you here in a minute. Search volumes, relevancy, IQ score, and it tells you competing products, right? So it'll actually tell you the number of competing products going after that keyword. But let's go over a few tips. So when do you set up manual PPC campaigns? I would wait to set up these manual PPC campaigns if you're in a medium, and especially if you're in a high competition range, until you have at least, 2 to 5, 2 to 6 reviews, guys. Your campaigns are just not going to perform the best the very first week or 2, especially if you don't have any reviews, because we're essentially guessing on the keywords that we're running. With inside a manual PPC campaign, we have 3 types of keywords. We have broad, we have phrase, and we have exact match type inside a manual PPC campaign. But here's kind of an overview and some tips of just getting started. Have 2 to 4 reviews or 2 to 6 reviews would be very, very helpful. Your price, go with a lower price, anywhere from 10 to 30% lower than your main competitors. Have a really good main image that stands out, a couple reviews. Your main image should clearly showcase and highlight what your product is all about and the added value it has. Your listing should be optimized. The first 3 to 5 main keywords are in your title. Is optimized for mobile shoppers. Over 60% of Amazon customers first pull up and look for products on their mobile phone, on their device, and then a lot of them go to their computer later when they get home from work. But make sure you guys do have your first 80 characters of your title optimized for mobile shoppers. So what I do is I try to get the top 2 or 3 main keywords in the first half of my title, and then before the 80 characters is up, a couple convincing words, what benefit the customer gets out of it. That's important. The first 80 characters of your title optimized with both a couple main keywords and sounds convincing to get the customer to click on it. We talked about price point. Now, auto campaigns, I went over this in part 1, but I usually set up 2 to 6 different auto campaigns. Make sure to check out that other video because that is step 1 of a product launch, is setting up those auto campaigns. Now, for manual PPC campaigns, at minimum, guys, you're going to want 3 manual keyword targeting campaigns. 1 broad, 1 phrase, 1 exact. 3 separate campaigns. You want to create separate campaigns based on the keyword match type, okay? Now, exact match, like I've seen recommended a lot online or on YouTube, a lot of people recommend you put like a $50 daily budget, $50 to $100 daily budget. You bid super high, like 3, 4, 5 times over the suggested bid. But guys, you can waste a lot of money because the most number of other sellers are running exact match keywords. Those are going to be the most expensive. So if you do set up an exact match with high bids and high budget, make sure you in high placements, make sure you monitor the exact match campaigns closely. But I'll go over that here in just a minute. So how well did you differentiate your product? That's going to factor into how well your PPC does. But here's kind of the overview, guys, of setting up manual campaigns. Once you have 2 to 5 reviews on your listing, you want to make sure that you test all those main keywords, the top 5 to 25 main keywords that you use throughout your listing. Those are the keywords we want to put into PPC manual campaigns first. The 3 to 5 keywords that you have in your title up here, though they should be again here in your bullet points. Then the next kind of best 5 keywords are in your bullet points. Then the next kind of best 10 to 15 keywords are on the back end in search terms and subject matter. And then the remaining go down in your description or your A+ content, okay? So we want to first really focus, guys, your top, 10 to 25 main keywords that you use throughout your listing. Those are the keywords we want to focus on first. Then, guys, this is how I would set up my phrase match campaign. So I'll go over phrase match first. You want to make sure that you set up different campaigns based on match type. So you'll have phrase match campaigns, you'll have broad match campaigns, and then you'll have exact match campaigns. Different campaigns based on match type. I recommend that over ad groups. I've just found that separate campaigns works better. Having different campaigns versus different ad groups I found works better, especially for those of you guys out there who are trying to be a little bit more conservative, which all of us want to be, right? We don't want to spend $500 and only make $50 in sales. So that's going to factor into how you set up these campaigns. For a manual phrase campaigns, guys, here's how I would set it up. So I'll have 1 manual phrase campaign with 10 keywords, with keywords in there that have 800 to 5,000 search volume. My second manual phrase campaign is going to be the same settings. It's going to be 10 different keywords with 6,000 to 13,000 search volume. Then I'll have 1 final phrase campaign with only 5 keywords in it with 15,000 to 25,000 or 30,000 search volume in it, okay? Now, how do you get your main keywords? Hopefully you already have a list, guys. You've done a reverse ASIN lookup. You've gone to your main competitors' listings. You've clicked on keywords right here. Then it brings up all the keywords that ASIN or those ASINs are ranking for. Here's how I would filter it down to get your best keywords for your manual PPC campaigns. I recommend going after keywords that have around 800 to 25,000 search volume in the beginning, okay? So here I'll go up to 30,000. Organic rank, we want to get keywords that are on page 1 and 2. So there's 20 organic ranks per page, roughly, depending on the category. So organic rank 1 through 20 would be page 1, 21 through 40 would be page 2. So we'll just go 1 through 50 here, match type organic, all right? Now, if you're still left with a ton of keywords here, because right now I have 1,800, we'll see how many are left here now that I've put in a few filters. 24. This is much more manageable for this product. So then just click on search volume to sort this list high to low. And here's how I would get and pick your keywords to put in your listing and your PPC. So does it contain the seed or root keyword? What is seed or root keyword? Well, this product, guys, is a vibration platform exercise machine. It's vibration plate. It's vibration platform. It's vibration body platform machine. It's vibrating machine. It's vibration plate, vibrating plate back exercise plates machine. The seed or root keyword, guys, is vibrating or vibration and plate. That's kind of the seed or root keyword. So you'll want to go after those highly relevant keywords that contain the seed or root keyword for your product. So here's a really good keyword, guys. Vibration plate exercise machine. The reason I like this keyword so much is it's 3 or 4 words. Vibration plate exercise machine. It's got a super high IQ score. The higher, the better. That's helium-10 telling you, hey, this is a good keyword. It's got perfect search volume, 1,000 to 30,000 search volume. It's got 10% more people searching for it last month, and it's only got 161 competing products. The problem, though, is this title density 31. That means 31 other sellers are using that keyword in their title. So I wouldn't necessarily put it in your title, but it's definitely a good one to go after in your PPC campaigns. So, guys, you'll go through this data here. You'll pick out your top 10 to 25 keywords. You'll make sure that you put them in your listing in the correct places. If you have 30, that's okay. If you have more like 50, that's okay. If you only have 10 or 15, that's okay too. Just make sure that you have them in your listing in the right places, okay? Now, let's go through. We're going to be setting up sponsored products campaigns. We're going to set up the manual phrase campaigns first. Then we're going to do the manual broad. Now, what I want to explain to you here about your keywords and the match type. You want to test your main keywords, guys, that you got from Cerebro and you put in your listing. You want to test all those keywords as phrase, see how they do. You want to test them as broad, see how they do. You want to test them as exact and see how they do. Then from those auto campaigns we set up in part 1, you want to get all those keywords that are bringing you clicks and sales into auto campaigns and make sure you're running those ones too as broad, phrase, and exact to continue to test and find out what match type works best. It just depends on your product, guys, and your category. For some products, broad keywords work way, way better than phrase or exact. But then for other products I've launched, exact match right off the bat works the best, and phrase doesn't do well. Then there's some products out there, guys, where phrase match does super well. So the difference, guys, here is like you can think of like a basket. So like woven basket, that's an exact keyword or a phrase. Woven toy basket is a phrase or exact. Baskets is a broad. It's very broad. The customer's not looking for anything super specific, just basket ideas. That's an example of broad keywords. Exact toy basket or woven basket. Or maybe it's white woven basket. That would be a phrase, okay? So that's the difference between different keywords. So we're going to set up the phrase match campaigns here. 1, you could do phrase match 1. You could do your product name. I'm going to do 800 to, about 6,000 or 5,000 search volume. So like that. You can create portfolios, but you don't have to. The start date will be today or tomorrow and no end date. Or you can put an end date, guys, of roughly 4 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. Daily budget is going to be 10. This is a manual targeting campaign. Now, what do you set for your bidding strategy? All right, guys. So down only to preserve your budget to test keywords that aren't proven yet. For most of you guys out there setting up these new campaigns, you don't have any data yet that tells you these keywords are going to work. So I recommend down only bidding strategy. Once you have data that shows you these keywords convert into sales, either in the manual campaigns we're setting up here after a few weeks, or from your auto campaigns, then go ahead and use up and down. And on your exact match campaigns, you can use up and down. Here, guys, adjust bids by targeting group. This is where you can tell Amazon, all right, Amazon, I'm willing to give you an additional 15% if you put me at the top of the first page and promote me 15% higher on my bid if you put me in the product pages. Now, if you set placements, you guys are welcome to set placements, start low, then go up and based off the data and which one's performing better. And that's under placements when you click on the campaign name on the top left. See which one's getting clicks, which one's getting sales, which one's spending way too much money, not generating sales, then wipe out the placement, okay? Now, ad group, guys, here I would just recommend you call it the same as your campaign name, phrase match 800 to 4,000 search volume. And then here, guys, you'll add the product. All right, is this keyword targeting or product targeting? You're going to click on keyword targeting. Then we're going to come down here, guys, and we are going to click on enter list. Then we're going to uncheck broad, we're going to uncheck exact, and we're just going to do phrase. Now, you can download this list from Helium 10. You can either export this as a CSV file or to Frankenstein or copy to clipboard. To make it easy, I'll just go right to Frankenstein. And then this is like a keyword processor, but you'll probably have a CSV file or you're in your keywords list that you've saved inside Scribbles or Listing Builder. Okay, guys, but here we go. So I do need to check the search volume, but I believe like here down, it was like 10,000 and up. And then the rest down here were the lower ones. So I would take like and you guys would need to make sure that these are really the best keywords, okay? But there are 4,000 to that, or 800 to 4,000 search volume range. You'll copy and paste them into here, then click add keywords. And you can just click add keywords if this bid comes up. Now, over here, guys, you can see I don't have a suggested bid, but you probably will have a suggested bid. This is phrase 1, low search volume, 800 to 4,000 search volume. These ones, guys, if the suggested bid was 75 cents, you can go like 80 cents on this one. If the suggested bid here was $1.75, I'd go $1.45, just like 10 or 20 cents under, 10 or 20 cents over, guys. It just depends on up above, did you choose down only? Then you can be a little more aggressive with your bid. Up above, did you use placements like 15% add-on bid adjustment increase for top of search or product pages? Then you could go a little bit lower on your bids because you have that 15% cushion or boost that Amazon will add to your bid. Then, guys, just launch campaign, and now you've set up your first manual phrase campaign. Nothing for negative keyword targeting, guys. We don't know which keywords are too competitive or too costly. Next, we're going to set up manual phrase match 2. This one's going to be 5,000 to 14,000 search volume. That's going to start today or tomorrow. It's going to run a minimum of 2 to 4 weeks. It's going to be a $10 budget. It's going to be manual targeting. We'll do dynamic bids down only. We'll do 15% on our placements. We'll do the ad group. You'll add your product there. You'll click on keyword targeting. We'll do enter list. Now it's still phrase. We're going to go grab the next kind of set of 10 keywords in the middle range, search volume, and we're going to paste those into here. And then we are going to add keywords. And then here you would set your bid. So suggested bid, again, these are medium search volume keywords. If it's 75, you could go 79 or 79. If this bid here was $1.75, you could go $1.85. You know, you can go a little over, you can go a little under. Just test, come back in a couple days, guys. See if it's getting impressions. If the bid hasn't got, that keyword has not got you 100 impressions or more, and you're at $1.85 and you didn't get, after a couple days, at least 100 impressions, then you'll probably need to go up on your bid 10 or 15 cents because you didn't get over 100 impressions, okay? So that's the way that works, guys. And then you would wrap up and do the third phrase campaign with the rest of these keywords up here, five or so that have the most search volume, okay? And then paste those into there, and now you've just set up 3 phrase match campaigns. All right, congratulations, guys. We just did that. Now what we're going to do is set up your broad match campaign. So this is broad match. We're going to start with broad match 1, 800 to, same thing, guys, like we did phrase. We're running the same keywords. We're going to do the same settings. You notice we're going to be adding the same keywords that we ran in phrase. We're going to be running them exactly the same in broad. It's going to be all the same settings, guys, but just only a broad match is different. It's just a broad broad match is the only difference here. So same thing, starts today or tomorrow. It runs 2 weeks. It's a $10 budget. It's manual targeting. It's dynamic bids down only. Maybe here I go 10 and 10 for broad. Ad group is broad match, 800 to 4,000. We'll add your product there. Then you'll go to keyword targeting. It's going to be broad match only. Then you'll come back over here and grab your lower search volume 10 keywords and paste them over into Campaign Builder, Campaign Manager. There you go. Add keywords and just broad match type. So this is our low search volume keywords, broad campaign. And then for the bids, guys, same thing. You can start a little bit over. You can start a little bit under, depending on what the suggested bid is. Like this, so if the suggested bid here was $1.75, maybe you go $1.86. All right. Then maybe the bid here is suggested as 75. Maybe you go 74, something like that, guys. All right. Just depends on if you use placements up above. All right, guys, and then launch campaign. So now we've set up manual 1 phrase, manual 2 phrase, manual 3 phrase. We've set up manual 1 broad. Then, guys, you'll set up same thing. Manual 2 broad with the medium search volume range keywords, and then finally the third manual broad campaign with the higher search volume keywords with only 5 keywords, but same kind of settings, guys. 2 to 4 weeks minimum it needs to run, $10 or $15 daily budget, dynamic bids down only, use a little bit of placements, and then adjust your bids there. Okay, guys, now we need to set up, so we've got 3 phrase match campaigns. We've got 3 broad match campaigns. Now we need to set up manual exact match campaigns. So we'll say manual 1 exact. All right, guys, what we're going to do here is, and I'm just going to add another one just because I think I have another campaign called that. But we're going to start it tomorrow, and we're going to run it for 2 weeks. The budget needs to be a little bit higher on your exact match campaigns. Okay, guys? It's manual targeting. It's going to be dynamic bids up and down on your exact match campaigns. And the reason is because exact keywords are the most expensive. The whole idea of us running all these autos, running all these broad campaigns, running all the phrase campaigns is we're trying to collect the best kind of, 10 to 15 best, most profitable keywords for you, and then continue to just run those ones as exact or whatever match type is working best. But exact match will be the most expensive, guys. Here, I would go, if you want to run your top main keywords in this exact match campaign, guys, dynamic bids up and down, 100% top of search, or maybe you go 101, 51% like this. I've even gone up to like 200% and seen that work well. But just test different placements, guys. Now, this is a manual 1 exact. You're going to add your placements, be aggressive on your placements, higher daily budget. This is exact match. And then we're going to add your product here. Then it's going to be keyword targeting. Now we're coming to enter list, and it's just exact match. Now, which keywords do you put here? Exact match. In exact match campaign, guys, I only want you to put like 1 to 3 keywords. So what is my main keyword that I'm trying to rank for that's in your title? You'll want to run the keywords in your title as exact match. Those are the ones you're trying to rank for. So if vibration plate exercise machine is my #1 keyword in my title, well, that's going #1 in my exact match campaign. I'm having that one. Okay, add that. So there's my #1 keyword. It needs to have the higher search volume, guys. The keywords in your title should have the highest search volumes and the most relevancy. And the keywords you put in your exact match campaigns should be in your title. And if you're running any search find by purchases on these keywords, the exact match keywords should be these ones as well. All right, what's the next best keyword? Vibration platform machine. All right, let's say that's our #2 keyword. So that's going to go next in this manual exact campaign. And that, guys, is really all. You can add one more if you would like for a total of 3, but no more than that, guys, because we want to most effectively spend our budget, our bids, our bidding strategy, and our placements most effectively. Now, if the suggested bid here, guys, is 175, what do you set for your bid? Let's say the suggested bid is 175 on this keyword. I recommend you go at least like 30 to $1 over, 30 cents to $1 over. So if it's 175, go 212. Okay. If this suggested bid is 75 cents, go 112 or 115, something like that, guys. All right. And then, guys, just launch campaign. This is your first exact match campaign. Then you could repeat this process, guys, and set up one more manual exact match campaign and select, let's say, 1 or 2 additional keywords that are really good, like this one and like this one. Again, 30 to 50 cents or even $1 over the suggested bid. Use that high placements. Use higher placements like that, and then launch that campaign. Now, guys, what you'll want to do is let those campaigns run for at least a week or 2, and then it's going to be time to come in to each of these campaigns, and we need to check them. We need to check placements. We need to check, the bids. How's everything going? So let me show you how you do that. All right, guys, once the campaigns have been running for a week or 2, what you'll do is for any campaigns you set placements on, click on the campaign name from Campaign Manager. It's going to take you to this page. On the left side, click Placements. Here, guys, is where you can see that top of search, first page, or product pages, placements. Now, how do you adjust this? Should you go up? Should you remove it? Well, you need to look at impressions. Did you get roughly 300 impressions or more? Clicks, the more clicks, the better. CTR, you want around 1% or higher. Then the lowest spend and the highest sales. So here you can see 7% CTR, almost 8%, 268 for 12 sales for top of search. Product pages, I didn't have any bid adjustment. I had 20% placement on top of search. I had nothing on product pages. Maybe in the beginning I had some, but 103 clicks, 88 in spend for 2 orders. So if you're negative like that, guys, 88 in spend for 59 in sales, go ahead and remove that placement or decrease it 5 or 10%. Now here, guys, you can see that actually down here, this did pretty well. Rest of search, what is that? Well, we can't adjust the bid on that one for now. That's going to be like if your product is in the middle of page 1 or at the top of page 2. That's where your ad would show, because Amazon puts your PPC ads either at the top of the first page or on your competitors' listings, and on their listing, your competitors' listing and the sponsored products related to this one. But we can't add any adjustments to bid adjustments here. But come in here and check your placements, guys, and adjust depending on the data. Next, we're going to go to ad groups. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to click on Total Targets 1. This looks like it's an exact match campaign, but you would come in here, guys, to your targeting on the top left. After you go to Ad Groups, click on Targeting, and then come down and look and see, okay, which keywords do you have in this campaign running? And then what we really need to look at, guys, is what's the keyword, what's the suggested bid, what's your bid, and then the data. What's the impressions, the clicks, the CTR, the spin here? All right, so I have a good CTR, almost 2%. I'm getting lots of clicks, 481 in spin for 22 orders. Make sure you filter the date range for the last 30 days or last 7 days or last 2 weeks. Now, if you have a keyword, guys, where the impressions, let's say, is 30, the clicks is 1, the spend is $2, what do? Well, I would increase the bid a little bit because you need to get 100 to 300 impressions or more. So if you don't have that, after a week or so, go ahead and increase your bid 10 or 15 cents. If you come in, guys, and see a keyword has lots of impressions, like 3,000 impressions, but only like 5 or 10 clicks, and it spent $5 or $10, I would reduce the bid by roughly 30 to 50 cents. If you come in, guys, and you see a keyword has, let's say, $15 in spend, 15 clicks, no sales, I would switch off that keyword over here. After a keyword has been running in a campaign or an ASIN, we'll talk about that in part 3, but once a keyword or ASIN has been going for at least 2 weeks in a campaign, it has over 10 to 15 clicks, it has over 10 to 15 in spend, or no sale and no sales, either one of those, 10 more clicks, $10 spend or more, no sales, I would switch it off, guys, in a manual campaign. In an auto, you add it to negative targeting. In a manual, you just switch it off. Now, what do you do for a keyword? Let's say this keyword had let's say it had $30 in spend for 1 order for 20. So I'm negative $10. I spent 30. I only made 20 in sales, let's say. What do you do then, guys? Well, you'd want to reduce your bid. You can't spend $30 for every single order. So start by decreasing your bid 10 to 30% and see if it'll come down and you'll continue to make sales at the lower bid. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up going over manual campaigns in depth, how to set up manual phrase, manual broad, manual exact, and then how you'll come back in and start to optimize. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you on my next video.